Welcome back to GH Always channel. Today we will learn about the troubling situation surrounding Kristina Corinthos Davis and the potential legal consequences she may face for her dangerous actions that have put lives at risk. The unraveling of Kristina Corinthos Davis. Kristina Corinthos Davis has always been a character defined by impulsivity and emotional decision-making, but recent events have shown her spiraling into truly dangerous territory. What began as a misguided attempt to be a surrogate for her sister Molly Lansing Davis has evolved into a pattern of self-deception and increasingly violent behavior that threatens to destroy not only her own life but the lives of those around her. The surrogacy catalyst. The seeds of Kristina's current crisis were planted when she volunteered to be a surrogate for Molly and TJ. What should have been a selfless act of familial love quickly transformed into something more disturbing as Kristina began to convince herself that she would be a better mother than Molly. This psychological shift represents a critical turning point in her character development, the moment when her ability to distinguish between her desires and reality began to seriously fracture. The pattern of self-gaslighting. Perhaps the most concerning aspect of Kristina's behavior is her remarkable capacity for self-deception. Despite her own memories clearly showing that Ava Jerome never pushed her, that she simply tripped and fell accidentally, Kristina has constructed an elaborate narrative in which Ava deliberately caused her miscarriage. This self-gaslighting phenomenon isn't unique to fictional characters. Many people convince themselves of falsehoods through repetition. For Kristina, repeating the lie that Ava killed her baby has transformed this fabrication into her personal truth, one that even her mother Alexis Davis recognizes as dangerously detached from reality. The crime and its aftermath: the attempted murder driven by her misplaced vendetta against Ava, Kristina took the drastic step of cutting what she believed were the brake lines on Ava's car. This premeditated act crossed the line from unhealthy obsession to criminal behavior. With Lucky Spencer's complicated involvement, the situation became further complicated when Lucky Spencer entered the picture. Upon hearing Kristina's confession about tampering with the brake lines, Lucky initially advised her to establish a false alibi at Charlie's pub, a decision he would quickly come to regret once he discovered Elizabeth Weber was also injured in the crash. Lucky's initial reaction highlights how even well-intentioned people can become unwitting enablers when they don't have all the facts. His horror upon seeing Elizabeth injured represents a crucial turning point that will likely determine whether Kristina faces justice or continues her dangerous pattern of behavior. Medical consequences and legal implications. The victim's conditions: Elizabeth Weber was fortunate to escape with relatively minor injuries, a broken leg that will heal with time. Rick Lansing, however, faces a much more serious prognosis, requiring emergency surgery under Dr. Isaiah Gannon's care. The severity of his condition dramatically raises the stakes for Kristina's legal situation. The inevitable investigation. Several factors make Kristina's arrest seem inevitable. The bartender at Charlie's already informed Molly that Kristina wasn't present when she claimed to be, destroying her alibi. Modern surveillance systems in parking garages likely captured her tampering with the vehicle. Forensic evidence, including fingerprints on the wire cutters and underneath Rick's car, could provide conclusive proof. Digital footprints such as search history for how to cut brake lines would further strengthen the case. Potential charges and defenses: Kristina could face multiple serious charges: attempted murder of Ava Jerome, her intended target; aggravated assault resulting in serious bodily harm for Rick and Elizabeth; criminal mischief and property damage; obstruction of justice for attempting to establish a false alibi. Kristina's actions will undoubtedly strain her relationship with her powerful father, Sonny Corinthos. Ironically, Given Sonny's long-standing hatred of his half-brother Rick, he might initially fall under suspicion despite having an alibi placing him in Canada with Jason Morgan at the time of the incident. The Corinthos family will likely be divided on how to handle Kristina's situation, whether to use their considerable resources to protect her or to allow her to face consequences that might ultimately lead to the help she clearly needs. Community impact. Port Charles has witnessed numerous crimes. Commitment to a psychiatric facility like Ferncliff or Shadybrook if deemed mentally unfit to stand trial. A plea arrangement that might include both treatment and some form of monitored release. Psychological intervention. Regardless of the legal outcome, Kristina clearly requires intensive psychological intervention. Her pattern of self-deception, impulsivity, and escalating violent behavior suggests serious underlying issues that must be addressed before she causes irreparable harm to herself or others. The question remains whether this crisis will serve as the wake-up call Kristina needs or if it will push her further into denial and self-destruction. The support of her family, particularly her mother Alexis, who has recognized the problematic nature of her fixation on Ava, will be crucial in determining which path she takes. As this situation continues to unfold in Port Charles, one thing is certain. Kristina Corinthos Davis stands at a critical crossroads, and the choices made in the aftermath of this tragedy will define not only her future but potentially the futures of the entire Corinthos family.